And welcome back to another In the Nutshell. This time, we're going to talk about Dark Souls 2. As of July 2022, I literally just Googled how many videos are done about Dark Souls 2, and it's a lot. It's plenty, and there's a lot of people who have a lot to say about this game, but it's mostly negative. And I wanted to say I'm going to be as objective as possible, and I will talk about certain aspects of the game that I found frustrating, but in the long run, this is supposed to be an in the nutshell review of it, so let's get right into it. I played this game in 2021 for the first time after beating Dark Souls 2, and let me just say, wow, you can definitely tell that they were trying to break the mold of Dark Souls 1 and trying new things and new aspects of, so let's get right into it. Positives. Oh my, the positives. The character customization in this game is, in my opinion, probably one of my favorite ones, and you can tell they totally went really hard on it. You can change aspects compared to Dark Souls 1 that you couldn't change before, and to be honest, it is absolutely bonkers how awesome and fantastic this is, but in the long run, I generally end up putting a full suit of armor on and never seeing my character again. So I don't think about it too much, but there are people out there who love to sport their character and how it looks, so I can totally understand that they absolutely love this aspect of it. And next is going to be the graphics. That's right, here in 2022, I can max this game out, and to be honest, this game, in the long run, still looks beautiful as compared to some of the other games that have come out this year. I will say this, the hub world looks fantastic, the water looks fantastic, the atmosphere and everything else looks fantastic. All around, it looks great. The next positive aspect for me is going to be the amount of different builds and character creation you can do with this, and I find this absolutely crazy how fantastically awesome you can do these different types of builds in this game. And to be honest, you can definitely see that the community really likes this. The fashion souls in this game is absolutely on point. It is probably one of the ones where like the fashion part of everything sort of like came in, and it is absolutely fantastic. And another positive aspect is the environmental storytelling of this game is on point. They did a great job with the varying environments, and being able to tell certain aspects of the story through the environments is just beautiful. The depressing atmosphere of like, hey, everything absolutely stinks, you know, from the music to the different environments to the dark, dank places, all those other things is just fantastic. It's just all around, they did a great job, an absolutely great job with that. But that's also going to be in the negatives as well. All right, let's get to the elephants in the room, the negatives. I actually just wanted to say something about this. I am not going to go into too in-depth detail because there are fantastic videos out there going over actual aspects and the technological point. I just wanted to give my lighthearted opinions about these as somebody who literally just played the game, and let's go into it. First and foremost, the biggest elephant in the room is the adaptability, or the ADP in the game, is tied to your iframes. I can literally see what they were trying to do with this in this aspect of the game, but at the same time, I can also see how an average first-time player could ultimately miss this. And if it hadn't been for a chatter in one of my streams when I started playing this, I wouldn't have known about it, and I probably wouldn't have leveled it. So yeah, it would have probably made my playthrough a lot harder, but you can see what they were trying to do with it. Just the implementation was not the greatest. And next, it's the maps and the general layout of how the game goes. If you play Dark Souls 1 and you absolutely love that one, the map is interconnected. You can basically go from anywhere from square one. But with this one, you could tell that this game had a bit of identity crisis, and they didn't know exactly what they were going to do. There are several aspects of this game that seem to be like tied together that have nothing to do with each other, and in the long run, it takes away from the immersion, but they do try to patch that together with the story, and I can sort of see it, but for me, it's kind of off-putting and jarring. When you walk through a tunnel, it's sunny on one side, and then the next side, it's pouring down rain. It's like, you know, it's not like I time traveled. I literally just walked like 100 feet. And the enemy placement. Let's be honest here. The enemies in this game, you can tell that at aspects of it, they were like, hey, guess what? Let's just try to make this harder, this area harder. So let's just put extra enemies in instead of actually placing enemies in a good way. They just added extra. And sometimes it can be very frustrating when playing through an area to not know where something is taking shots at you and not being able to observe and learn to do better because you have no idea where the enemy is. All right, so that's the end of the nutshell review of Dark Souls 2. Fantastic game, adventurous. You could tell they were trying to break the mold for the Dark Souls game previously before it. And you can also see several ideas that started here in this game that made it into future games, i.e., Dark Souls 3, Sekiro, Bloodborne, and even Elden Ring. And without this game being the stepping stone for those games would not be as good, and FromSoft wouldn't have learned from the stumbles and falls of this game. And to be honest, if you've never played this game and you've been on the fence about it, I'd say if you like any of the Souls game and you've just heard nothing but the negative aspects of this game, remember this: upgrade your adaptability, and you will die a fair amount. But the cool thing is, if you go into it knowing a couple things and what build you want to do, and maybe following a guide or two, you're going to have a great time. It's going to be a fun game. You're going to experience another Souls game, I bet a little differently. You've got power stances, which were introduced in this game, a variety of different builds you can do. The fashion is on point, and to be honest, it is overall a good game. Is it one of their bests? No, it's not. But in the long run, it's a great game. Thank you, and as always, remember, embrace the you died and have a good one.